In this lesson, I will talk about the theoretical approach to the conflict transformation. In general, conflict transformation aims to transform societies from violent to non-violent processes. In other words, it aims to build sustainable societies that tackle differences through non-violent methods. In this regard, it should address the direct and structural causes of the conflict. Although the conflict is an inevitable phenomenon, conflicts have to be resolved non-violently rather than violently, because conflicts emerge from non-violent disagreement. Conflict transformation attempts which aim to transform conflicts might be applied in different norms. However, there are two key dimensions to consider while choosing a theoretical of change. First one is the type of change desired. The second one is the type of actor involved. The latter proposed that the types of change might be divided into four categories. The first one is personal change, which focuses on changing in individual attitudes, identity, behavior, and perception. In other words, it is internal changes in parties or the appearance of new parties. The second one is relationship change that focuses on changes in interpersonal and intergroup cooperation, communication patterns, decision-making processes, and conflict management mechanisms. The third one is cultural change. In this category, conflict is understood changes in views of the others, use or not of traditional conflict resolution mechanism. The first one is structural change that focuses on changes in inequality, religious, ethnic or racial discrimination and institutional patterns. Clarifying objectives is starting point to launch the process. In any process, it is significant to get familiar with what is being aimed at. Once the objective is formed, the following stages to consider the 4 points, including actors, content, context, and process to transform the conflict. First one is actor transformation, which includes decision of actors to change goals and approaches to the conflict. It is important to find out that who needs to be brought into the process. Some actors can be primary, others might be secondary ones. Thus, they might have more impact than external track 1 and track 2 actors. Actors, including leaderships, needs to be identified on purpose of achieving the objectives. The actors help to create the content and might impact the context as well. As the actors change over time, each of them have their own interests and positions. The second one is structural transformation. Sometimes it is also called content transformation, which refers to changes in the basic structures of the conflict. As content and actors are closely linked with each other, it is logical to take into structural immediately consideration after identifying and examining actors. For example, asymmetric conflicts are impossible to be transformed without altering unbalanced relationships which lie at the roots. That's why we need to focus on changing the structure as a next step. The third one is context transformation. This refers to changes in the context of conflict that might fundamentally alter perception of each party to the conflict situation as well as their motives. In other words, this is to consider the environment in which the conflict is happening. It includes factors that form the process and conflict rather than the issues will be directly addressed in the process. The first one is process transformation. This is also called issue transformation that refers to the reframing position which parties involved in key issues at the heart of the conflict. And this is the way in which parties redefine or reformulate those positions in order to achieve compromises or resolution of the conflict. In other words, in this transformation, it is needed to find out that what is the best way to proceed to reach the objectives. There are 3 actors in conflict transformation, including top leadership, middle range leadership, and grassroots leaderships. In top leaderships level, political, military, and religious leaders engage in high-level negotiation and ceasefire agreements with high visibility. The middle range leadership level includes leaders respected in sectors like ethnic, religious leaders, humanitarian leaders, intellectuals, academics, focuses on problem solving, conflict resolution, conflict building workshops, and trainings. In grassroots leadership level, local leaders of communities, refugee camps, NGOs involved in local psychological work, post-war trauma, trainings, and others. Thank you very much for watching us.